History may not repeat, but it certainly does rhyme. It's crazy. Article today out of Poland. Poland suspects Russia in unprecedented act of sabotage of rail line. This article goes into the exact act of sabotage that happened, and here's the picture. One rail, and it looks like two fish plates or two ties. Why does history rhyme? It rhymes so much. I'm going to play a little excerpt of a video here for you that if you know anything about history, you know how much this story rhymes with another episode of history that didn't go well. It took a little time, but it didn't go well.
Remember that date, September 18, 1931. A date we should remember as well as December 7, 1941. For on that date, in 1931, the war we are now fighting began. The place was Manchuria, the northernmost province of China, 6,000 miles from San Francisco. Manchuria, the first objective in the Tanaka Plan. By September 18th, the Japanese, who by treaty patrolled the southern Manchurian Railway, had secretly and illegally increased their garrisons. On the Korean-Manchurian border, an entire Japanese army was assembled, conveniently equipped for a winter campaign. All they needed was an excuse. They made their own. At 10:30 that night, just after the Mukden Express had passed by, a section of track was dynamited, causing damage to one rail and two fish plates. Japan's honor had been violated. Within half an hour, the Japanese railroad garrison launched a coordinated attack on the barracks of the sleeping Chinese army at Mukden. The slaughter was appalling.
As you can see, it's very similar. Now, obviously, circumstances are very different. Poland is not launching an attack into Belarus or into Russia based on this. However, when I saw that picture, my mind instantly went back to this. This is from the Why We Fight series from Frank Capra. This is an American movie series that was put out during World War II, made for the troops who were fighting to give them understanding as to what was happening and why. Yes, this is American propaganda, but everyone was doing propaganda during the war. However, the facts presented in this point are true. And again, obviously Poland is not launching an offensive or anything to make up for this. That said, they've now found that 2 Ukrainians working for Russian intelligence are suspected of being behind the railroad sabotage. Just recently, we had NATO forces shoot down Russian drones over Poland. 21 drones were detected in Polish airspace, flying primarily out of Belarus, according to Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk. Poland and Dutch aircraft responded by shooting down at least 3 of these unarmed aircraft. No casualties had been reported in Poland, although falling debris, likely from a NATO air-to-air interceptor, damaged a house. The list of grievances that Poland has are just building. This is just a few of them. We also have the pipeline bombing from just a couple years ago. I just wanted to bring this up, that it seems that a list of grievances is being created. And this is one of them. This is one of them. And just the general similarity, once again, to the Japanese Mukden incident of 1931, where you have one rail and two plates. And you go down and you look at the picture here. One rail, two plates. History has a sense of humor. It really does. Does this lead to anything? I don't suspect that it leads to much right away, obviously. But I think it gets into the list of grievances that you have if you're Poland. The number of grievances that just continue to grow. And will that lead to anything? I don't know. But I just found it ironic, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. And if you're ever looking for a interesting World War II series to just kind of watch, I can't recommend enough the Why We Fight series. It's available on YouTube. This is Prelude to War. This is the first one. There's, I want to say 7. There's 2-parter with Russia, China, Japan attacks, Germany attacks, Battle of Britain, and 1 or 2 more. But if you are a World War II buff and you've never seen the Why We Fight series, you're in for a treat. You are in for an absolute treat. You got to remember the perspective and the creation of these things, why they are the way they are. These are American propaganda pieces meant for American troops who are about to go into this fight back in 1941 to 45. But they're a lot of fun to watch now. And I've known about these since I was a teenager. I saw this railroad thing in Poland, and it just, again, history rhymes. It may not repeat, but it rhymes. And what's it rhyming with? I don't know. The way that went, it's not something we want to have it rhyming with. So this is just a quick one. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Thanks.